Hello, I am Mopsoda, and welcome back to Valhalla. In this episode, we're sleeping at the bar. There was a lot of ruckus outside, and yeah, we couldn't really go home. Let's go with this save. It doesn't really matter which save you go with. Rise and shine. Good morning. It's 11 a.m. though. That's morning for me on the weekends, and any other day. How's everything outside? Still noisy, but forces have been deployed to take care of most of them at least. How so? Zaibatsu Corps president is pleading with anyone to stop the rogue White Knights. Neighboring city forces were deployed quickly and have subdued most of the oppression. There have also been reports of White Knights just freezing, like they were petrified somehow. Make it sound like some god suddenly decided to put everything in place. Well, I'm just glad no bullets are flying in and out of the whole building. Sure, it's still some bad apples out, and it's not really safe yet, but it was worse than last night. There also seemed to be a civilian force lynching any White Knights they spot. So not only are the White Knights the problem, regular folks are on edge too. I wonder if Sai is okay. Should we be worried about Gil? That kid knows how to take care of himself. I'm sure that whatever it is he's doing, he's safe. Dare I say even safer wherever he is than here. Sure hope so. You gonna work today? Nah, things are too nasty right now. Let's take the Sunday off. Oh, alright. Say, do you want me to help you get to your apartment? Actually, yeah, I'd appreciate that. Okay then. Let me lock things down and we'll go. We'll grab something for lunch on the way. Sounds good. This is different. And here we are. Home sweet home. Thanks a lot. Hey, boss. Wanna hang out for a bit? Huh? Yeah, grab a beer, chill out for a bit. Mostly thanks for helping me. Oh, I don't have to do much anyway, so yeah, sure. I'll stay. I did tell you you should invite me to your apartment sometime, didn't I? Oh yeah, you did. Hold on. What the heck is happening? There we go. What worries me a bit is that beer always leads to something else. Some more beer. I was gonna say, it's one of us going through the Spanish announcer's table. But I think we're safe here. Come on in then. Forgot you were a wrestler. Excuse me? 1-1? Sorry, I don't smoke. Don't mind me though, smoke if you want. Thanks. Say, how's the chilly weather treating you? It gets cold from time to time, but nothing that Kotatsu and the heater can't fix. Right. Never good with the cold, are you? You know it. You didn't bring your jacket here either? Yeah, I left it at home when going to the bar yesterday. It wasn't the cold, and I didn't expect to spend the night at the bar. Would you like a sweater or something? No, don't mind me. I insist. Have this hoodie from some time ago. It's too big for me. Might buy it. It was dirt cheap. Right. Wait, where did you get this one? Oh no, some flea market ages ago. Why? Nothing. Just like one I had many years ago. What happened to it? Too much use. It just ripped. I see. You can keep it if you want. Never use it anyway. Well, we'll see. Come to think of it, how old are you, Thomas? I'm eternally 17. Fair enough. 17 plus how much? 17 plus I'd have to cut your tongue if you did. Alright. Let me go change into something more comfortable. Take your time. It's the cat. Say, Joe. There's a blue-eyed mass of black fur glaring in my general direction. Well, that's four. He's just wary of any new visitors. Cats will be cats, I guess. He'll warm up quickly, though. Just give him time. He's unusual looking, but blue eyes on a black cat? actually have green. Yeah, weird, huh? At first I thought they were like that because he was small, but they never changed. Do you have any pets, boss? Back at home, we had a bear. Ah, wait, what? Good old Bosco. He kept intruders away better than any dog. Right. This picture here isn't something you see every day. What? You taking such a sappy pic? No, a framed picture on printed paper. It's so vintage. Who are these? That's, the one on the right is Lorraine, my ex-girlfriend. On the left is Gabrielle, her sister. Huh. Is this pic recent or... Actually, that's one from 3 or 4 years ago. You look exactly the same. I'm only 27. What did you expect? That's why they say kids are the ones that get old. I thought it was recent because you don't usually see people displaying pictures of their exes so openly. Let alone print and frame. Did you two break up on good terms then? You even hesitate a bit calling her your ex. Let's just say everything ended with both of us saying mean things. And me storming out of her house, breaking a couple of things on the way out. Never broke up formally, and I guess I still have feelings for her. It just went away. Haven't said a word since. Really? It's hard to picture you doing such a thing. You look so happy in the pic. Why have her pic out like this then? It just couldn't get off my mind. Something that Alma said to me. About missing having the warmth of someone else pressed against your side. Using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs, putting your head on their chest, listening to their breathing as they pet your head, dozing off, knowing they're there, watching you, protecting you. I don't know. Felt nostalgic then. Miserable. I'll just put this away. I've been meaning to apologize, but I feel like it's too late now. Whenever I go out, there's this fear in the back of my mind that I'll meet her on the streets. Just don't know if I can face her again, let alone talk to her. Be a mess. It's never too late to apologize, sure. Maybe. What's that on the table? Looks like an It's nothing. Nothing. Please give that to me. Oh, right. I saw nothing. Don't worry. Anyway, let's grab some beers. Guide me. Hey, we're on the balcony. Remaining beer. Damn, it's a lot of beer. Well, the BTC gives me discounts and a point card I can use every time I buy their alcohol. With that, beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. Is there any difference between the drinks at the bar and these? Drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavorful, also stronger than the ones they sell in stores. And besides, the one at the bar is more of a double IPA. This is more of a Pilsner. In English, please. This one's lighter and cooler, or in color and lighter in flavor. Don't know, it doesn't taste lighter to me. This one made with that, what was that name-based liquid you used at the bar game? Neutrogenic dimethylchloride glycogen, or NDL. It was a supplement or something, right? It was an experimental fluid they created to replace water when the maiden kiss polluted the water supplies. The effects of pollination. Pollution. God. Why am I having these brain farts? The effects of the pollution turned out to be temporary, so NDL never went into mass production. But the BTC still commissioned it for use in bars. And is this one made with it? Let's see. Yep, here it is. Near the end. NDL and cornstarch. Cornstarch serves as a stabilizer, if I remember correctly. They need it for packaged drinks. I see. And I just realized something. What? You're a nerd, Joe. Guilty as charged. Little sound effect. That's my alcohol collection if you feel like getting anything else. Those bottles over there? can't afford a fancy fridge or whatever for them, so I have to put them in plain sight. I'm guessing if some authority on alcohol came in here, he'd stab me for crimes against beverages or something. Anyway, many of them are still drinkable. I could get you some of the absinthe I brought to the bar if you want. I'm not an Oscar Wilde kind of person, sadly. I'm more of a Theodore Roosevelt girl. I have a teddy bear in my closet, but I don't think you can drink it. Nah, that's what... Wait, you do? I'm not ashamed of Dr. Fluff, but it just so happens that I have a cat. I don't want the bear's fillings spilled all over the place. Oh. Anyway, beer's fine, don't worry. If you say so. Where did that collection come from anyways? Calling it a collection is too generous, I think. I got it from my grandpa. He made a will where the only thing stipulated was that I got them. That's sweet. I've already downed some of it over the years though. Half of them have colored water instead of alcohol. I guess you'd need to be an expert or something to notice the difference. Yeah, I make sure the water's the right color though. Bottom line, if you want to taste anything from it, let me know. You're too kind. On a side note, it surprises me you kept the poster of me in your room. And even more that you hung it in plain sight. When I gave it to you, it was more or less a joke, you know? Does it make you uncomfortable? If it doesn't make you uncomfortable, why would it make me uncomfortable? It's my own face. I'm still wondering why you did it though. Aside from filling an empty spot on the wall, I don't really know. I thought it was funny too. I guess it's like if someone gave you, don't know, a dildo-shaped trophy or something. You have it there as conversation starter. Although no one comes here anyway, so it's kind of pointless. What? No steamy nights of passion? Not since a year ago, I think. And I'd rather not talk about what happened. Did someone hurt you? Because if they did, I can go dish out the pain. No, nothing of the sorts. Different kind of mess. Uncomfortable mess. A not being able to have sex for some reason mess. Glad to know you have my back though. That's what friends are for. Wait, you talk about the poster and compared to having a dildo-shaped trophy. Did you just call me dildo face? That's what friends are for. Hey boss, be honest with me here. About what? Who's Gil exactly? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Who crap is he? Oh yeah, that. Well, I have a couple of ideas. I know for certain that Gil was in the Hong Kong riots, and he took part in the anti-riot force before defecting. That should give me a clue as to who he is, but so far I've only found out about one such defector. He didn't leave Hong Kong for at least 4 years. I also know for certain that Gil was in England and France during that time frame. It's always like that. But I think I have a clue as to who he is. Something else comes up that contradicts the evidence. That guy is troublesome. A bit, yeah. I wonder if Gil's alright. You worried about him? You make it sound like I'm some emotionless robot. You can be hard to read. I wouldn't worry about Gil so much though. There's 3 things I know for certain about him. First, he can take care of himself. Second, you can sincerely trust him. And third, he absolutely hates bell pepper. He does? I've seen him even reject food that has been in contact with it. Man, what a baby. Unless he's allergic or something. He's not. Man, what a baby. How did you meet such a guy? He showed up at the door of the bar. What? Well, it was shortly after the whole incident with Robert and the levitation potion. Right, levitation potion. It was a slow day and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have money on him. I couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave the drinks for free. And after a couple, he broke down crying. I don't know what he did, but he was really regretting it. He wanted a second chance or whatever, and I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. And I'll be damned. He looked totally different the next day. Dang. I tried and failed to find out anything about him. So I decided to take him at face value. I judge him from what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escapade, he's been as loyal gets. I returned the favor in kind, covering his butt from time to time, sometimes literally. What surprises me is that you took him in so easily. I can take care of myself, and I always kept an eye on him. Besides, after the whole Robert thing, I couldn't ignore someone that desperate so easily. I see. You've made the bar more lively yourself, you know? How so? Well, with the regulars you've earned, of course. Like that blonde titty hacker. I can't remember her name. Alma? I was gonna say Armitage. She's a nice girl, you know? I don't think she's young enough to be called a girl. Says the girl who's eternally 17. In any case, she's really lovely. When you hear her speak of her family, she speaks with such love. Her face just brightens up. Makes me kind of jealous that she has such a close relationship with them, to be honest. You have bad relationships with your family? Not bad, but not exactly close to anyone aside from my mom, dad, and aunt. Back to Alma. I'm really hoping she finds a nice guy to settle with. I mean, she's so bent into finding one, I can't help but want her to succeed. I see. There's also that sex worker robot girl. Dorothy. She intrigues me, though. I've seen a lot of sex workers over the years, but she seems pretty giddy. It's not that she likes her job, but rather that she takes to it with such childish excitement. Kinda noticed that too, but then again, Willem can be weird. You think? Willem operates some really foreign logic. I mean, they don't really share our fear of mortality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed up and to collective source. They lose an arm, they can reattach it or replace it. Depending on the circumstances, they might not even feel pain at all. It's not like they haven't attained human-like emotions like fear or love, but they're just different. Like a different culture, if you must. I didn't see it that way. Aside from that, Dorothy is a DFC-72. It's a social interactions model or something. They'll get positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose. So, I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Interesting. The name Lilum is a bit weird though. It is. You'd expect them to be called bots or dolls, but Lilum doesn't convey the image of automatons. Just a tip, bots and dolls are considered slurs by them. Bot is akin to calling them retarded, and doll is like calling them fake. Thanks for the advice. That aside, do you know why they're called Lilum? As far as I know, because they're all from a bigger AI called Lilith. And Lilum are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Oh, cool. Hey, speaking of names, why do you like being called by your full name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julianne, and you almost tore me a new one with your glare. See, like that. It's no big secret, but it's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Try me. Well, did you ever watch Model Warrior Julianne? Not at all, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything, from the dolls, to the costumes, to the lunchboxes. It didn't help that it was one of those shows that got strapped literally everywhere. I saw a couple of episodes once. They were really nice. It was beyond nice. The show is about a model who can transform into an armor-clad magic knight. She fights demons born from greed and vanity. How the show presented Jules hating her job because of invited enemies. And yet, still, found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julianne was an adult that became younger when transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kid show, even by today's standards. plus the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image. Challenging tech. Whoa, you got excited there. That's the problem. Back when I was obsessed with Jules, I sang the songs, dressed like her, I could even recite full characters. Something tells me you still can. That's besides the point. It was nice while I was in elementary school, but then I went to middle school. And what a surprise, tweens are jack gays. Or they went out of their way to tease me about the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Jules. I always hold a grudge against those screw-ups. Sounds rough. You know, the most girls worry about their thighs at that age. I worried about frickin' screw-ups singing a theme tune. The show mocking me. Anyways, every time someone calls me Julianne or Jules, I instinctively react negatively. Pavlov would be proud of me. I never talk about it because I find the whole thing too silly in retrospect. And yet, it affects you even today. There's nothing wrong with it, though. It's actually kind of reasonable. I sure hope so. Come to think of it, what kind of kid were you, boss? When I was a toddler, I was kind to always fight with kids bigger than me. Then puberty happened, and I became a Merriam-Webster definition of shallow jerkwad. Around the time I turned 16, I realized what an idiot I was, and went on to becoming who I am today. The less to talk about those years from 12 to 15, the better. Fair enough. So, Joe, what kind of guy was your grandpa? He was rough around the edges, the kind of guy that means well even when he says otherwise. He seemed to have a soft spot for me, though. One moment, he was congratulating my dad, berating him a little, and the next, he was playing with me. My dad worked a lot, and my mom always traveling. So I spent most of my childhood with him. Can I ask how he died? Out of old age. My dad says his last words were something like, "Freaking scientists created talking mannequins, but they still can't let you upload your brain." Another question. I'm curious about you. Really curious. I just realized that even though we see each other almost every day, I know very little about you. Oh? From what you tell me, though, it seems your grandpa's personality rubbed off on you a bit. I've heard that one since I was a kid, actually. You know, boss, I'm a bit curious about your circle of friendships. What kind of people do you have in it? Keep in mind, you're including this circle too, so any insults you hurl will apply right back to you. Anyway, I have this friend I've known for a long time. Red-headed glasses wearing gun nut called Iris. The one you called for the helmet thing? That one. She's managing a BTC bar in Panama right now, if I remember correctly. She's managing a bar too? I got the idea from her, actually. Oh. It's called N1VR on a Nirvana. Aha. If I thought this city was dangerous, and if you thought this city was dangerous, you should see the people she has to deal with there. Piracy ain't nothing to mess with. On means it's an annex to another business. What else does she do there? I think the bar was originally her hotel's bar. She moved the bar to its own building elsewhere and opened Nirvana B in the hotel instead. Weird decision. I believe she said she wanted a place away from the noisy rich tourists that go to the hotel. So the bar is her own woman cave. Woman cave. Huh. That aside, let's see. Friends. Yes, there's also my little sister, but that's a given. Oh, there's also my old partner from when I was with Neo San Francisco Police Force. Good old Lexi. Should give her a call sometime. Wait, you were in the what? I've done a lot of things, Joe. I spent a short time collaborating with the police force. I've been a wrestler, an MMA fighter, chimney cleaner, lumberjack, pet shop attendant, corporate mascot. Corporate what? I still see my face on some websites from time to time. Anyway, aside from you, Gil, my sis, Iris, and Lexi, I guess guess there's a lot of people that don't want, or guess there's a lot of people that don't want to see me in harm's way. Mostly because they're the ones that want to hurt me. What about you? Guess I have acquaintances here and there. Back at home in college, I went out a lot. But it feels more like going out was the pleasure rather than the people involved. Aside from you and Gil, my closest friend since moving here is Alma. Oh, and Dorothy. I mean, sure, there's always four, but that cat's a hermit that refuses to go out. And you know, he's a cat. Hey, the cat's fine too, you know. Hey boss, what will you do when the bar closes? I don't know. Maybe I'll take a friend's offer of working with her. I was also thinking about going back home, helping with things there. Maybe going traveling for a while. I see. Oh, but don't worry. Bureaucracy is slow as crap, so they won't close the bar for quite a while. Better enjoy being there while you can. Yeah, maybe. Will you be visiting visiting me in whatever bar I end up working in? I have a bone to pick with the guy that supervises the bar I'm planning to get you transferred to. I go there even though I have virtually no reason to. With you there, I'd have something pleasant to look forward to. Sending me to someone you have problems with? If I have to trust another bar owner, it's certainly him. He's actually a pleasant boss from what I've seen. The fact that he and I have a tendency to go at each other's throats is unrelated. I'll trust you on that one then. Don't worry, maybe I can get you a bracelet made out of wood pieces from the bar's counter or something. We'll see. Hey, I'll tell you what. The bar closes, let's both take a vacation, go on a trip. That'll clear your mind a bit. Yeah, maybe. Oh. A little bit more, text. Maybe just a picture of the city. Oh wait, it's snowing. I really like the art style for this game. Reason 2. Chapter 2. Amaraga. Or Armaga. Amaraga? Armaga. Whatever. Your electricity bill will be sent out on the 24th. Please make sure you have the 8,000 needed. Well, I mean, I'm almost halfway there. What day is it today? It's the 19th. Okay, yeah. I got a little bit. Jill is curious about a diorama she saw. Getting one will prevent her from becoming too distracted. Let's get that diorama done. Crack diorama. Alright. That was a pretty decent bit of chatting between the boss and Jill. Or Julian or Jules. Oh. Boss left the hoodie on. By the way, or boss left the hoodie anyway. I don't know. Best boss. Alright. I'll read those in the next episode. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the content, leave a like. If you didn't like the comment, leave a dislike. Subscribe while you're at it. It helps me out. Make sure you stay up to date with all the videos that I'm uploading. Daily, by the way. If you're watching to the end, thanks for watching. Let's just get on with it. I'm Mob Soda. And as always, stay poppin'.